Little Elm High School in Little Elm, Texas. Let's go ahead and dive in. A female student at Little Elm High School had repeatedly been sexually assaulted by a male student on one of the school buses, going on for about a month. This male student repeatedly groped her breasts, her stomach fat, and her butt without her consent. It got to the point where the girl was beyond traumatized enough to ask her friend to drive her to and from school to avoid contact with this male student. The female student finally mustered up the courage to tell the school administration about these ongoing sexual assault incidents. I'm going to tell you how this should have been handled versus how it was actually handled by the school administration. A female student comes to you and reports multiple instances of sexual assault on school grounds. You bring in said male student who has assaulted her. Expel him or call the cops because sexual assault is a felony. This is how they decided to handle it. 0 punishment for the male student. And what about the female victim? 3 days of in-school suspension, and they tried to paint her as a liar. There was even footage from the bus camera that the administration had the audacity to look at and say, well, given that there was a discussion going on between male and female parties, we can go ahead and assume the male had consent and therefore cannot be punished. Yeah, wow. And I know the school board is absolutely full of crap because I did a little more digging. Turns out, this is nowhere near the first instance that students have reported of sexual assault and sexual harassment happening on school grounds. It's blatantly obvious the school administration continues to protect the sexual predators amongst the student body and sweep all these instances under the rug. So what did the students decide to do? They decided to plan a walkout peaceful protest and not go to class. And how did the administration decide to handle this? Calling in the cops to attack the students. Yeah, tiny penis syndrome. You feel like a big man attacking children? These policemen came in and attacked the students by means of tasing them, pepper spraying them, throwing them up against the wall, dragging them down the hallway by their hair, and pelting them with rubber bullets. This alone says everything I need to know about what type of people these policemen are and what type of people are on the school's administration. People in positions of power in the state of Texas continue to prove time and time again they have shitty values, no moral compass, and absolutely no concept of what is right and wrong. It is your job, if you work at a school, to look out for the well-being and safety of your students. And the administration at Little Elm High School in Texas are clearly not qualified to have a job working around children. No child should have to be afraid to go to school in fear of being sexually assaulted by one of their classmates. These kids were standing up for what was right, and the school tried to silence them.